Hi YouTube, this is Darkon633 and today I'm bringing a review of the Transformers Robots in Disguise Deluxe Strongarm. Now, between this and Steeljaw, I think Strongarm is definitely the stronger figure. Most of the body is pretty much intact, and while it does have a lot of hollow pieces in the back and so on, I think in terms of an actual toy and function, I think Strongarm does a lot better than Steeljaw. I really like the design overall of Steeljaw a lot better, just because he has a lot more unique design of wolf design and so on, since wolves are actually one of my favorite type of animals. But I just think Strongarm is the overall better figure and a lot stronger too. Obviously she does suffer from a lot of kibble, as you can see here. She's got these really bulky arms and really bulky chest and so on. So in some senses it's kind of hard to tell that she's female except for the head sculpt alone. But I still think she does the job much better than Steeljaw. Just to show a little comparison between the two inside this, she is next to Steeljaw. As you can see, she's actually a bit taller, even to the point of getting off frame, which I'm sorry about that. But she's actually just a bit taller, so I can see why it works pretty well in terms of it. Obviously, I'm not too sure about the side scaling, since once again the show has yet to air. Before we go into the figure, we'll take a quick look at the box. It shows here Strongarm, the animated shots of Strongarm on the box. And for her, she transfers in 8 steps, so it's apparently one less step than Steeljaw, so otherwise there isn't too much to go into detail. Besides, obviously it has a whole bunch of different bilingual writing for the disclaimers and information, so. And I forgot to mention this in the Steeljaw review. On the bottom, it shows the other products in the wave, so it'll be Bumblebee, Grimlock. I did see both of them, but I'm only going to get the Bumblebee for now, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get the Grimlock just because it's the wrong size. But overall, I still really like the design of the boxes, and it's definitely a big change compared to the other lines. And since it's a lot smaller, as you can see in the overall size here, I think it's going to take a lot less space on the shelf. But anyways, we'll look at Strongarm now. Strongarm comes with this cool weapon, which is also kind of odd at the same time, since it's forever in this firing pose. Well, not pose, but molding. It's pretty much molded in a way that it's fired, but this thing is not removable or can fire anything, so in some senses it's kind of an odd design, but I think it looks pretty cool. Articulation-wise, her head is on a ball joint, so allows full movement, so unlike Steeljaw, her head is definitely less restrictive, so that's good. Her arms are on this weird joint where technically they would move at the same time due to the transformation, but if you hold on to her body while you're moving, she has a full around movement, which can get kind of stuck due to bulky shoulders, since it seems like a lot of the figures in the line suffer some giant bulky shoulders. Her arms are ball joints, but her wrist doesn't swivel since it's, well, I'm not even sure how it would be able to swivel. She's got this giant kibble piece around her arm. The cool part, though, is that she actually has waist articulation due to transformation. Her knees can bend a little more than 90 degrees. Well, just about 90 degrees since the piece gets in the way. Her legs can swivel, and her feet can pivot quite a bit, once again, due to transformation, but it can go side to side, so. In terms of articulation, I think she did the better job. Obviously, the door panels can move around, and since it actually is in the animation shot for IC, it's accurate that she has the door panel, so she's got this Bumblebee syndrome in terms of the panels for doors. Here, as you can see, she's got a bright Autobot logo, as well as the symbol, which you can scan on the app whenever it comes available. And that's pretty much it for Strongarm in robot mode. As you can see here, because even though she's got these giant bulky legs and still a lot of kibble around, her feet are much better than Steeljaws. I really do not like how the way they molded Steeljaws, so she can barely stand up. But at least for her, she can stand up really well with no issues. Her transformation is a bit more simple than Steeljaws, since a lot of the pieces actually do not get in the way, and that's a good thing. What you're going to do is pull the chest plate down, turn these around so that these pieces here face down, like so. You're going to turn these around and push it up. so you can get them out of the way. Sometimes this piece likes to move around quite a bit, so you need to play with it just a bit in order to get things aligned. Okay. Now what you're going to do is push this down. Now it's a little tight here and it can be a little scary to push in because of the pin joint there, but what you're supposed to do actually is to push it all the way in so that this forms the back of your vehicle mode. So there. Then you just peg these together, so now it becomes the back of your vehicle mode. Turn the waist around. These are going to peg into the little holes that are there. As you can see, we almost got the full vehicle mode all together. Push these up so that they're into place. Open up the panels on our arms, like this. And then you're going to pull these up so that it covers the front of the vehicle mode. And then just peg these together once you get everything aligned. Sometimes it's a little tricky to play around. Once you get that done, then just close down the doors. So there you have Strongarm in her vehicle mode. Now I think Strongarm definitely got the stronger vehicle mode overall. She's got this police SUV design, as you can see, and the pieces keep popping off for some reason. But once you get everything together, it should stay into place, so I don't know why she's causing me so many issues right now. Okay, there. So she becomes this police SUV form. As you can see, she's got the colored sirens. She rolls really well, unlike Steeljaw. And what you could do is, if you wanted to, you could plug the gun up on top. Or if you just want to get it out of the way, you can actually plug it in. And I dropped it. At the bottom, like this. Just plugs in. So you can see underneath, it's got a lot of kibble. You can see most of the drone mode. It's got this huge gap in all these areas that... something that can't be avoided on Transformers at times, so what can you do? Now, these feet look kind of ugly for the vehicle mode. Theoretically, you can plug these down and keep it flat. Problem is, back here now it looks kind of weird, so just the way that the feet are molded, there isn't a way that it's a separate joint to push this down only, so otherwise it still rolls really well, so that's good. It's just looking at the bottom does look kind of deterring. I'll be back so that I'll be able to talk about my final thoughts of the figure. Now, between both Strongarm and Steeljaw, I definitely still admit that Strongarm is definitely the stronger figure. It's unfortunate that the first Decepticon released in line is a pretty weak figure, although the design is pretty cool. In terms of functionality, I think Strongarm does okay, except for the fact she is a bit on the bulky side for a female character in the show, but I think it works well in terms of being an actual toy and in both modes. I still think it looks pretty good. So overall, I really think it's definitely a little bit more worth it than Steeljaw just for the overall toy aspect alone. But in terms of design, I just kind of wish that Steeljaw really got a better figure. It just sucks that he suffers from all the weight stability issues. So anyways, I will be getting Bumblebee eventually, just waiting on it since I'm not really in a hurry to get him. But I really do like how the first two figures that I got in for the Robots of the Skyline looks pretty nice, and I cannot wait to see how Sideswipe is like, since he's the only one that yet, so far on the main team, that's yet to show a new figure, and somehow we got a picture of Drip before we got a deluxe photo for Sideswipe, which is kind of odd, but overall, I still think it's really cool, and hopefully for the rest of the line, it will continue to grow like they did in the past. Anyways, please comment, rate, subscribe, check out Hirotaku and the associated podcasts on R.I.D. Nihon, such as WRW, Hirotaku and Hero News, and please comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you YouTube. Bye.